and welcome to the Bahamas, the location for the world's strongest man competition of 1995. We begin here on New Providence Island, which is home to the Bahamian government. From the capital Nassau, it controls the 700 or so islands which make up the Bahamas. Today, 20 strong men from around the world have come together to do battle for this year's crown. Among them, the man who currently holds it, Icelander Magnússon. He'll be defending the title he fought so hard to win in last year's nail-biting final at Sun City in South Africa.
Magnus, in fact, now in the lead at the third. This is real drama. It's Magnus and the time is fast. This one is for the title. 29 seconds. Herbal, Kiri and the rest are beaten.
This year's challenge could prove even harder. The competition comprises one extra heat, which means there'll be 10 men in the final compared to last year's 8. With more on the first heat and who's taking part, here's Paul Dickinson.
The format is simple. There are 4 men in each heat taking part in 4 different events. If you win an event, you score 4 points. If you come second, you score 3, and so on. And the 2 men who accumulate the greatest number of points in each heat, they progress through to the final. But qualifying is not going to be easy. Every event is a real test of strength and determination. So now let's meet the men who will get the world's strongest man 1995 well and truly underway.
Namibia's Anton Boucher, a surprise finalist last year, is the youngest man in the competition. He claims he has the strongest arms in the world. Magnus Magnússon, as you just saw, is the defending champion. The man that everyone fears most. He is a fantastic all-round strength athlete. Weighing in at an incredible 400 pounds, Joe Onosai from Western Samoa is a tribal prince who's got a fierce competitive streak. To complete the lineup, Baron Veneberg is the Netherlands' strongest man and certainly one of the most muscular we've ever seen in this contest.
At the eastern entrance to the island's harbour stands the ancient Fort Montague, and it's here that the crowds are gathering for the start of the contest.
The first event is called the Car Walk. This car, complete with its engine, weighs around 380 kilograms, which is about 58 stone. The idea is to put the car onto your shoulders using these straps and carry it as quickly as you can down the course. Now, just getting the thing off the ground seems pretty impossible, but in fact the hardest part for the strong men is actually controlling the vehicle once it's moving.
As if the 25-metre course weren't enough, the competitors must also conquer their nerves.
Doesn't matter how experienced you get, you still get nervous, don't you?
Yeah, just a little.
How do you feel about this year? Last year you were a first timer, this year you've got more experience.
Yeah, this year I'm more experienced. Last year I was on my nerves, you know, and I will do better than last year.
It's a very tough group you're in though.
I am.
Joe, you're bigger this year, you look very much fitter than last year. You must feel well.
Yeah, I was 350 pounds last year and 400 pounds this year, but I'm a lot better fit. I feel great.
By contrast, Baron Veneberg too busy preparing for this first event to tell us exactly how he feels, or perhaps he's feeling a little bit nervous because in Orange 2 years ago he tried this event, he didn't like it, he never managed to leave the starting line. So the final preparations for an event which is really going to test our strong men to the limit. Well, as Juliet said, getting the car off the ground is hard enough. Remember, there's still an engine inside that car. He's setting his own rhythm, and the crowd really beginning to get behind him. Just look at the way those straps are cutting into his shoulders. He's just past the 10-meter mark. He's taking very, very small steps indeed. This is beginning to look like a real struggle for Veneberg. It looks absolutely agonizing. He's now got about 5 meters to go. He can pick it up and start again. The time limit is 90 seconds. It looks as though he's going to have difficulty getting moving again. He just gets a little dive forward to get the extra yard or so. A measurement will have to be taken if he can't complete the course. And that is Veneberg's first event finished. The gauntlet has been thrown down. Baren being helped by the team doctors, I think just as a precautionary measure. Anton Boucher, the youngster, up next, looking a little nervous. wearing that very thick blue elasticated supersuit for extra support. Well, the word is given by referee Dr. Douglas Edmonds, and so Anton's campaign getting underway. He doesn't look particularly comfortable, but he's really beginning to move now. Doesn't seem as though he fills the car up as much as the Dutchman. He's going very, very well. Just needs to keep the steering right. That is a fantastic time, 25.2 seconds. So for the time being, he's in the lead. Now there's a bit of tension in the audience as we wait for the really big man, Joe Onosai, who might look as though he'd have trouble getting into the car. He looks absolutely massive. Just using that door frame to lever his belt even tighter. The crowd really looking forward to this one. Doesn't look too balanced, does it? But look, that's the time in the left-hand corner of the screen that he has to beat. 25.2 by Boucher. He's really striding out here. Those massive legs are really moving well. This is incredible as long as he keeps going straight. He's absolutely blown Anton's time away. 21.15 seconds. A very impressive start indeed, and he's enjoyed it. The car looks so tiny next to him. The crowd have really seen something special here. Anton knows it too, and we've got another great competitor who's the next to go. Magnus Magnússon has won this event in World's Strongest Man before, so he knows exactly what he's capable of. But that time of Joe's was stunning. The marshals just checking, making sure the driver is comfortable. Just like the start of a Formula One race, but you won't see him burning up the track when the whistle is blown. Well, he gets the rhythm going just like Veneberg did. Balance is so important here. Once you've lost it, it's very difficult to recover. That's Onosai's time on the left. That's what he's got to try and beat. It's going to be very, very close. It's just outside, 21.73 seconds. So the world champion, despite looking happy, he finishes second.
A good effort by Magnus Magnússon, but Joe Onosai pipped him at the post to go into first place.
Did you really think you could win that one?
Actually, I would have been happy with second, you know, because I know Magnus is a very good car walker. But, you know, I'm very excited. I'm very excited that I've got first, and it's just a good start.
It's not a bad start for the reigning champion.
It's okay. It's a good start for, we still got 3 events to do. So if I just qualify for the finals, that's okay.
You're still a little bit nervous?
No, I'm getting okay now. I'm getting cool.
Tourism is the Bahamas' #1 industry, and Nassau is a popular destination for cruise liners. The islands were governed by Britain until 1973, and the centre of Nassau retains much of its colonial architecture. It's the old town that provides the backdrop for the next event, the log lift. Among the assembled spectators, a strong contingent from the Netherlands, here to support Dutchman Bernd Veneberg.
Bernd, how about this event for you?
Last time is not so best. I have to make it really good today to do this event. It's an event that I almost have to do it and can do maybe.
Well, just in case he's in any doubt, that's the way to do it, and doesn't it look easy? It's going to be different for Anton and Bernd, though, in a few moments, when this Bahamian audience are going to see them try to muscle up the 17-stone log as many times as they can. Anton Boucher on the left, I just wonder how strong those arms are. And Bernd Veneberg, the muscle man. The scores will be shown at the top of the screen, and Veneberg has started very quickly indeed. Boucher already going behind. You can see both men's scores, and they're rising very quickly indeed. Tremendous definition Veneberg has. Anton taking things a little bit steadier. That may be a tactic. In fact, he's beginning to catch Bernd up now, and this is where the arms and shoulders really begin to hurt. The Dutchman, in fact, is beginning to fade. They're level now. And there he goes on to 20. Veneberg beginning to struggle on 19. It looks as though Namibia is going to win this pairing. Anton wins it, he's on 21. That was almost a case of the tortoise and the hare. A splendid effort by both men, but Veneberg looking very disappointed. And Boucher querying his score with the judges.
For a 19 scored, were you happy with that?
No, not enough. I need to have like the same as in the training, about 20, 21.
Did the referee count every one of yours, or did he cut you down on the number?
No, yeah, you've got officials on each side, they count it. If you don't lock your arms out, there's no lift.
You've got two very strong competitors to come, Onosai and Magnússon. Is that going to be enough?
21, I don't think so.
Anton's total is formidable, but with Magnus and Joe getting strapped in here, are we going to see his score eclipsed?
Ready, set, go, go.
A referee Edmund shouting something to Onosai there. The huge Samoan having trouble getting the log all the way down to his chest. But both men's scores ticking away, and it's Magnússon with the slight advantage at this stage. Joe just pushing away, making it all look so easy. Magnus just with a little bit more body movement, approaching 20 now. He's trying so hard to move ahead of Anton. Joe's still going, he's catching up the Icelander in fact, and going for the win. What a fantastic effort. It's 22 all, and look at this. He's got the 23. Magnússon is second once again. Onosai really has got off to a fantastic start this year. The top two putting on a great display for everybody.
Interestingly, all four finished in the same order as event one, with the defending champion still chasing Joe Onosai.
Anton had done 21, so I had to go for 22 to get him. And but I couldn't watch Joe at the same time.
So the reigning champion still in that crucial second position, but the perfect start for the South Pacific Islander with 2 events to go.
2 wins out of 2. That's a big difference to last year.
Oh, you know, like I said, I'm usually a slow starter. 2 first places, I'm happy. I'm very excited.
Not a slow starter anymore.
Not a slow starter anymore.
Well done.
Thank you. Whew.
Now, isn't this a lovely sight? The islands of the Bahamas really are white sand and turquoise sea. For this next event, we've left the colonial splendour of Nassau to come here to neighbouring Paradise Island. It's a 5.5-mile stretch of land which is linked to Nassau by a bridge.
The island's primarily a holiday resort, packed with hotels. Its beaches are a haven for sun seekers, the sea a welcome respite from the intense heat. Prior to the start of the competition, Paul caught up with the reigning champion, Magnus Magnússon, to find out more about the man whose title the other competitors are desperate to claim.
After Sun City last year, I called my girlfriend and said, I'm not doing it again. That's it. I was wrecked. But after a while, you know, you start getting hungry again.
Now, you've been doing these competitions possibly longer than anybody else now. How did you get started originally?
Well, I started doing powerlifting when I was about 18 years. I was always been interested in, you know, strength, and so I tried a little bit of shot putting and discus throwing and all that, soccer, and I never really found that it was for me until I started lifting. I found out that was what I wanted to do, and I got to be a European champion in powerlifting twice. Last time was in 91. After I won it 91 by beating everybody by miles, I got invited for the World's Strongest Man 91, which I won. So that's basically it.
Now, you've mentioned powerlifting, and there is also Olympic lifting as well, the sort of thing you'd find in Olympic Games. But this sort of competition, it's not just a question of that sort of strength, is it?
No, I've changed my training a lot since being a powerlifter. I still do like basic powerlifting things, but I also do some bodybuilding work. I also do Olympic lifting work, and I also do some track and field work. So you have to combine these things, find out what works for you, and just try them out.
Well, I'm not exactly sure what works for Paul, but it's definitely not this.
What's that? No, stop it. You have to go deeper down. Yeah? Yeah. I'll never get up, but
That's why you should use lighter weights.
you're supposed to give me some encouragement.
It looks pretty painful sometimes, but do you still enjoy it?
When I think back, yeah.
And he should enjoy this next event. It's the deadlift. There's a cart together with 4 rather nervous-looking passengers, and our strong men have to lift it and hang on to it for dear life for as long as possible.
Veneberg.
The competitors going in reverse order from the placings in the last event. Baron being urged on by the crowd and his girlfriend Sylvia. He really needs to produce something incredible here if he wants to go through to the final. He's going to be helped here to strap himself onto the car by Jamie Reeves, who won the World's Strongest Man back in 1989. He's now one of the organisers here in the Bahamas. So, let's see what Veneberg can do. The clock will start when the referee blows his whistle after the initial lift. He'd be a very handy guy to have around in an emergency, wouldn't he? Just look at those straps cutting into the hands. Well, this test is not just about strength, but guts and determination as well. The clock ticking away over 40 seconds. And this is beginning to look like his best event so far. Certainly not to be recommended if you haven't trained for this sort of event. He's fast approaching the 60-second barrier. This is absolutely fantastic. Just what he and the crowd wanted. An unbelievable effort, but just look at him now. That should make him very happy indeed.
When you passed 60 seconds, the rest of the competitors went very, very quiet. They knew you'd done a great time.
I hope she was a great time. I hope she was a winning time. I need it, and tomorrow too. Thank you.
But I just wonder how long it will take him to recover from that effort. But it's all eyes now on Anton Boucher, who, like Berend, needs a much better performance here.
Ready. Lift.
The weight of 1,200 pounds being lifted very easily. That shows you just how strong these men are. There's the target in the left-hand corner. Boucher has gone over 30 seconds. Veneberg watching intently, approaching 40 seconds now with total concentration. This is a very good effort from Anton Boucher. He's looking comfortable, but he's gone. That is a surprise. Anton looking subdued, and I don't think he can go through to the final.
You have to wait and see how the other guys do. But next year, still a chance. I'm still young, I'm 20 years old. The other guys are 10, 15 years older than me. So I think there is a future for me.
It does seem as though he's resigned to an early exit this year, unlike this man, for whom anything less than victory would be a huge personal failure. He's a former European powerlifting champion, so he should be well suited to this event. A final check on the grip, helped by Jamie Reeves, who actually beat a fellow countryman of Magnússon when he won the title in 1989, and that was Jean-Paul Sigmarsson. 550 kilograms the weight there for Magnus Ver Magnússon, the reigning champion. He's just over 30 seconds, but Veneberg's time looking better and better all the time. Getting very close to 40 seconds now. He's trying to challenge Anton's 44.3 seconds. He goes past, but he's down. That is a surprise. He's beaten Anton, but with Joe coming up next, I thought he might have challenged for the lead.
Magnus, I know that was difficult, but there's a little smile there which suggests you knew exactly what you were doing. Is that right?
Yeah, because Berend beat Anton, and Berend is lowest in point. So that means it gets some more gap if I just get ahead of Anton. So I'm playing tactics here.
Well, I hope he hasn't made an error of judgment. If Joe Onosai can beat him, Magnus will finish down in third place, and that means it's down to the wire in the last event. So what sort of magic can Joe Onosai produce? He looks very cool indeed, doesn't he? Solid as a rock is Joe Onosai, who's really hit a purple patch during this heat. 30 seconds now, and still looking comfortable. I wonder how those passengers are getting on. Approaching 40 seconds, he's now going to chase the time set by Anton and Magnus. He's actually enjoying it. He goes past Anton, he goes past Magnus. Now he's off to Veneberg. Oh, not quite, but it's good enough for second.
After coming fourth in the last two events, Bernd Veneberg gets the win he so desperately needs. Joe slips into second.
That's a big difference to last year. You were a surprise finalist. You're dominating this heat now. You must be delighted.
Oh, very delighted. I mean, we're the only heat that we have 4 veterans in there, and including the world champion. So I'm just excited, very excited.
He can afford a smile, but what about Magnus being chased by Bernd into the last event?
These are what are known as the Magnússon stones. The tradition of lifting rocks as a test of strength dates back hundreds of years. In the past, young boys used to have to lift a stone like this onto a wall at waist height to prove they were men. Now, in past competitions, the strong men have been required to lift 5 of these onto barrels. Today, though, they have to tackle 8, ranging in weight from 100 kilograms to 135, which is about 21 stone.
And incidentally, nobody has ever managed to complete all 8 stones. So what price, Anton Boucher, going out in a blaze of glory? Anton is away. Up it goes, no problem there. He literally threw it up on top of the barrel. A little bit more effort required with that one, but he's going well. I just wonder if his height is going to be a disadvantage for this competition. That's number 4. Jim Pollock there, one of the marshals, just making sure the barrel is stable. Now then, on to number 6, and still going well. I bet the soft sand here is creating very, very tough conditions indeed for these men. Come on now, Anton. Oh, now this one weighs 270 pounds. He's lost it. He's looking very tired now. I think he's had enough. That was a very good effort indeed. 6 barrels achieved. That's the target for everybody else. And meanwhile, they're watching and waiting.
Magnus, this event is vital, isn't it?
Yeah, I need to get at least second in this one to be able to go to the finals.
Can you do it? It's you against Veneberg, really, isn't it?
Yeah, that's my name this time.
The Icelandic flag in the foreground there will be waved furiously in a moment by Magnus's girlfriend, Auster. Magnus, though, perhaps now realizing that his tactics in the deadlift were not so good after all. However, this is a similar event to the dramatic finale in Sun City last year, where this man just beat Austrian Manfred Herbel to take the title. So he certainly knows the technique and he's got the strength, but how far and how fast can he go? That's number 4, and this is looking good. Number 5 with a bit of a struggle. The crowd going absolutely crazy for Magnus, especially Auster, who can be heard above all the rest. Now number 7, this one weighs 120 kilos, and this is where Anton finished his challenge. The last one coming up, all 20 stones of it, 280 pounds. Can he do it? Can he become the first man to get the 8 stones? He does. Fantastic, and he might well celebrate. I think Veneberg knows his chance is gone.
Magnus, I guess the sign of a true champion is to do it when it really matters, and you did exactly that. Nobody's ever done that before, 8 stones.
And it was pretty hard, actually, and I had to go fast. I knew I was through anyway by getting just the 6, because I knew I was faster than Anton. But I wanted to do them all.
And he did them in style. Now, I wonder how Joe feels about this event. He really doesn't have to break sweat here. Last place and 1 point is good enough to take him through to the final. So what is he going to do? The first one's wobbling about a bit, but it's there. And that's your answer. He just walks away, and who can blame him? He's in the final. Berendt is the last to go, but with mixed feelings, I'm sure. This one really is for personal pride, but without the glory. He had to win this event, with Magnus back in third place to qualify, but with the Icelander guaranteed at least second, Berendt's competition is effectively over. But he's going well here. Sylvia giving her support. Berendt is really putting up a fantastic effort here. He's so strong. He's full of guts and determination. Now, can he do number 6? That's the answer. Magnus's time still within his sights. Come on now, Berendt. Let's finish this in style. That's number 7. Just one more to go. He's just got 5 seconds to lift the last stone. 130 kilos. He's going to miss the time. But what a performance!
So Magnússon wins and gets a world record in the process. A great try by Veneberg, but not quite enough.
Brand, a magnificent performance. Only the second man to have ever lifted all 8 stones. Magnus, of course, the first. But you must be disappointed a little bit.
I was disappointed. I give all what I have. I'm making disappointment the car walk. I can't do nothing about it, man.
There was blood, sweat, and perhaps even a few tears. But there it is. Magnus and Joe are our first qualifiers for the final.
How do you feel about the final now? You've cruised through, really. You've produced some tremendous performances. Are you confident?
I'm very confident. I think the finals have a lot of events that are advantageous to the big event, so I'm really excited and looking forward to it.
So, after that grueling contest, we have our first 2 finalists. The defending champion, Magnus Magnússon from Iceland, and the huge Samoan, Joe Onosai. But there are still 4 heats to go and 8 other strongmen to qualify. Competitors in Heat 2 include the Briton Gary Taylor. Now, Gary won the competition in 1993, but last year he got knocked out in the qualifying heats. Is he back on form? Next week is Children in Need, so we'll be back in 2 weeks' time. I do hope you'll join us then. Goodbye.
I'll be back.